So there's a lot of reasons why you should get your baby adjusted as soon as you possibly can after birth. And today I want to talk about all three of them. I also want to talk about why you should get them adjusted and the benefits to them getting adjusted afterwards as well. So let's get into it. So if your baby's struggling with colic, or they have reflux, or they maybe are getting constantly sick, having a bunch of congestion, coughing a lot, having recurring coughs and colds, it's a big deal for you as a parent, right? And it's even a bigger deal for them because they're not healthy and they're not functioning the way that they should. And so getting adjusted on a regular basis can really help them with these things. Let's break this down when it comes to colic. Colic is one of the most annoying things as a parent, right? They don't sleep well, they constantly cry, you get agitated as a parent, and you also feel bad for your baby as a parent. And getting adjusted will help relieve tension and stress within their nervous system to allow their brain and body to communicate better so that they can get through that phase of life either quicker, and their body can actually process the stress that they're experiencing so that they no longer have colic, okay? When it comes to reflux is a big deal for babies, right? There's always a little bit of spitting up just as babies trying to figure out how much to eat and trying to figure out like the flow of milk and all that stuff. But when it comes to having reflux that just continues forever and ever and ever, there's typically another underlying issue associated with that, and getting adjusted can help release that stress as well too. When it comes to immune system issues, like babies having recurring coughs and colds, and just coughs and colds that maybe just won't even go away at all, that's another issue related to the nervous system, and getting adjusted can have a significant impact on how their nervous system functions and communicates, and can kick off the stress that gets them stuck in that sick cycle. So when it comes to kids getting stuck in the cycle of colic or reflux or even the immune system issues, there's a lot of things that we look at, but for babies specifically, what we want to look at is first, the prenatal period. How is pregnancy for mom? And maybe even before mom was pregnant too, look at how life was for mom before that. And then the second thing that we want to look at as well is how was the birth process for baby and for mom. When it comes to the prenatal period and even the before pregnancy period, it's important to understand the stress that mom's under during that phase. Any sort of stress that mom's experiencing during pregnancy is going to affect not just mom, but also baby, because mom and baby share blood supply through the umbilical cord. And within that blood supply are hormones, right? Any hormone irregularities that mom's experiencing, if it's high cortisol, there's going to be some stress that gets transferred to baby, even if baby's not directly experiencing that thing, right? And so understanding how pregnancy went for mom is huge, and understanding how baby is going to be and experience life as they are born as well too. So key piece to the puzzle is that prenatal and even some of that like before mom's pregnant period as well too. The second thing would be the birth process. Was birth stressful for mom? Was birth stressful for baby? Not only in this phase are we looking at the hormonal stress, but we're also looking at the physical stressors, right? Was there any sort of intervention? Was there forceps used? Was there vacuum extraction? Was baby born via C-section? Even under the most normal of birth processes, birth is stressful, right? There's physical stress. And specifically with this, we're looking at this area here in the neck. The neck region goes under arguably some of the most significant twisting and turning and even pressure on the head and neck. The rest of the body does as well too, but that noggin has to come out first, right? And it kind of clears the pathway for the rest of the body to more easily come out. And so if there's any sort of stress during birth, this area is predominantly affected. And so when we get babies adjusted, we focus on this area, and here's why. Within this area is housed what we call the vagus nerve, which is the nerve that's in charge of the resting and healing and digesting and just like the calm side of the nervous system. And if there's stress that's impacting this area, then the signals that are traveling from the brain to the body through that nerve pathway aren't getting through the way that they should, and then baby has dysfunction. Baby might, again, present with colic, might present with reflux, might present with just consistently getting sick. If they don't get this taken care of early on in life, it can lead to those things. And oftentimes what parents will be told is that, okay, your baby's going to grow out of this issue. But again, we talk about this all the time on this channel. They don't grow out of an issue, they grow into something else. So it's important to get this assessed and get it adjusted so that we can help babies thrive as opposed to just survive. Okay, so when babies get adjusted on a regular basis, it's not going to take away the fact that maybe pregnancy was stressful or that birth was a stressful process for mom and baby, but it is going to allow us to clear that stress from their nervous system so that their brain and body can start to coordinate information better, so that the things that they're struggling with aren't as big of issues, and in many cases just resolve all on its own. And it's important to check this because baby doesn't grow out of things, they grow into other things, right? And so that's what I want to share with you today. Remember that it's colic and reflux and sleeping issues and immune system issues. Those things are part of life to a certain degree, but they don't have to be your child's entire story. Figuring out that they have those things is one thing. Getting to the root cause of those issues is what chiropractic is all about. And that's how we support our parents here at Renegade Chiropractic, is by making sure that they understand what's going on, and we create a clear, adequate plan of action for them so that we can get them from where they're at to where mom and dad and baby want to be, so that your baby can go again from just their surviving state to a thriving state. Let me know if you have any questions.